Happens here, Iceman has you take point. And so this time now, I'm taking point. We've shifted the time of day to be a little later in the daytime, so we've moved the sun down a little bit, so it's a little more orange.
As compared to the previous.
Yeah, so that's that real-time lighting, and you can see the lighting effects on the plane. Like, it's in shadow over here, it's in full light over here. So anyway, as I fly through on this mission here, there's some in-game scripting to a series of MiGs will fly overhead here in just about a few seconds here.
Do they engage, or are they just...
First they just fly overhead, and that sort of begins a dialogue here, so I'll point it out here. They fly overhead right about... I'm looking for it here. I want to say I come up over this rise. There they go. So they just flew overhead, and then they're going to circle back around in the level, and then they're going to attack me. So anyway, the Iceman and the player are discussing, what's going on. Iceman lets the player know that the use of weapons is authorized, and I'm going to go under this this bridge piece here, and now the enemy MiGs are coming in. So if
they head on.
Yeah, they come in head on. They also come in because this level is sort of the canyon based. Some will come straight out at you from ahead. And in other levels where they're more open, they come across the side of you. So anyway, I can lock onto up to 4 enemy planes at any time. So I lock onto these 2 by moving my reticule over them, and I can release the things. One of those planes evaded my missile, so I'll lock on a second missile, send it off, and it gets it there.
And you're tapping to lock?
I don't have to tap to lock. I simply move the cursor over it, and it turns red. As long as that cursor is red and I hit the fire button, I will fire my Sidewinder, and it will hit them, so I got to avoid things here. I also have a Vulcan cannon, and that's a manual aim. But it's actually pretty easy to lock onto guys. And you get different style of points and point bonuses for what you lock onto. And this last part here starts to fill up. There's also anti-air on the ground, so I'm taking out anti-air. Oh, they got me there. I'm taking out anti-air, anti-MiGs, and then the level, there's a break in the gap, and so my plane takes off into a cutscene.
What sort of, you've got the canyon-based, what other sort of...
So that's a canyon-based level. Let me jump out here. And so that's we want to switch it up. So sometimes there's a canyon-based one. Now let me load up a level that's not quite finished, but it's very close to being done. Needs a little bit of polish here. This level has the USS Kitty Hawk is under attack by enemy aircraft. So you've been dispatched from the USS Enterprise to go and to help the Kitty Hawk out here. So we go through the takeoff sequence here of your jet taking off. And some great sound effects behind it. The jet's in flight. You've got your other crew members with you.
And your jet is the F-22.
Yeah, so you're in an F-22. We wanted to advance all the jets from the movie Top Gun. Sure. So this is the Kitty Hawk here, and it's being swarmed with enemy jets. So you're flying into position.
We're still cutscene.
Yeah, we're just still in a cutscene here.
Are these active polygon cutscenes?
Yes, this is all in engine. So everything you're seeing here is just we just placed a camera in the level. Our levels are just XML scripted on the Mac, so it's a really cool engine. So we can do a lot of stuff here. So in this mission, you're constantly buzzing past the Kitty Hawk there like that, avoiding the enemy flak and oncoming missiles. I think this level right now is missing some of the jets that attack from other angles.
How does that look if they're coming from another angle?
So sometimes they're coming head on at you, and you actually have to dodge them. Right. And then other times they buzz across the side, and you have a very short window to attack. And they'll usually drop a enemy missile off or 2. I don't know if you remember the old Nintendo Top Gun game.
I don't actually.
But gamers seem to have a love-hate relationship towards that game. Every gamer I know. Most of them all owned that game. They absolutely loved it, but they never landed and completed a single mission in their life. So the way the missiles come out at the screen, we wanted to make it a throwback to the old Nintendo game here. So,
I see.
But the controls are extremely fluid. You can do sort of these barrel rolls as you tap back and forth.
Can you crash?
You can't crash into. You cannot crash on the ground. We wanted to remove that part of the frustration because We don't want to be a flight
Not a flight
sim.
simulator.
If you're familiar with a game like Space Harrier
Oh, yeah.
or Afterburner,
Yeah.
those were our types of inspiration. That's the kind of game we wanted to make.